Hi everybody, thank you for tuning into another video on TK's Tech Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at another game controller for mobile devices, and I'm going to say it, is probably going to be the best controller that has blessed my recording table to date. Not saying a better one won't come, but at the moment I think this is going to be the best I've ever tested. This is a controller by a company called Gamesir. It's the model G8, and they call it the Galileo. It's a Type C controller. That means it will connect to Android devices and also now new iPhone devices via USB-C interface. So it's wired, no Bluetooth. They're going for minimum latency. And you're not having to worry about charge this thing while it's on the go as well. So we're going to crack it open, we're going to test it out, we're going to see what it's all about. I think this is going to be absolutely incredible. I might not need my trusty knife to open this up. It's got some tabs here. Just before I completely open the box, let's just have a look at some of the features of this thing, right? And then we'll talk through them again when I start actually messing around with it. So we're talking about dual Hall effect sticks here. So we're not going to be worrying about any sort of the analog stick drift issues. We've got Hall effect triggers as well now. And they're described as precisely tuned Hall effect analog triggers. The D-pad here, I think the tactile D-pad here, we're thinking of a mechanical switch D-pad here. That looks like it's going to be great and comfortable. We've got the membrane button. So unlike one of the other controllers, which I'm going to bring out in a minute, the ABXY buttons here, this time it looks like we're working with conductive membrane buttons rather than mechanical switches, which may or may not be good. We'll find out. Left and right bumpers, they're probably going to be, I'm guessing they're going to be membrane or tactile. We'll find out as soon as we get our fingers on them. It's got a USB-C pass-through charging port on the bottom, right in the center, and I like the placement of that versus having it on one of the grips, because that kind of gets in the way, is my experience. And having it in the middle, that's new. I've not seen that yet, and I like that. And it's also got 3.5mm a jack, headphone jack, just beside the C charging port. Nice location. 2 macro buttons on the back, which are going to be customizable. And then they've got texturized grips. This thing looks awesome. Let's get it out of the box because I'm really excited to get our hands on this. Now I've got this a bit early, and I've not been able to post a video any details on it because I had it on an NDA. Gamesir sent it to me a bit early, so when I'm recording this video, it's being recorded before it's being released on my channel, and that means I'm going to have some time to play with this and really understand what this new controller from Gamesir is all about. Though I've got very high expectations for this. So they've got a nice little statement on here, and they've a nice holographic sort of outline of that controller. Measure what can be measured and make measurable what extends beyond. So make of that what you will. Just going to open this up. I'm really excited about this. Oh my goodness, look at that. It looks like a beast already. G8 Galileo. Lovely box. Always good quality from Gamesir. There's going to be a box of maybe accessories here. Let's quickly have a look at what we've got in this box. Paperwork and some stickers. You always get a few stickers from Gamesir. Thank you very much. This thing has got changeable analog sticks. I forgot to mention that. So you can actually change between analog stick types, and not only have they got the texture or the grip of the sticks, we're talking about size here as well now. So these guys aren't holding back at all. They really aren't holding back. Well protected analog sticks. So lovely packaging there to protect this device at all costs, because why wouldn't you want to protect something so nice? Oh, I don't even know what to say. I'm excited, and I've not even got my phone in this thing yet. I'm going to talk through what I'm feeling in a minute, as I normally do. I'm just going to quickly get this box out of the way. So we've got analog sticks that are replaceable. We'll see if we can find out how to pop them out. It might just be a case of pulling them, but I don't want to damage the controller without playing it. We've got 3 different analog sticks there, which is interesting. Means you're replacing either that one or that one with, I don't know, maybe there's more inside. Maybe there's more. Let's open it up fully. Nope, there's nothing else in the box. So 3 analog sticks. You're going to be changing whichever ones you want based on your preference. Right, let's get that out of the way. I'm just going to make sure once more that I'm not missing anything in here as well. And then, because I really don't want to miss anything on this video, this I'm going to take my time over. If you want to skip through, skip through. If you want to watch the whole thing, watch the whole thing. But you are watching probably one of the first release videos of Gamesir's brand spanking new G8 Galileo for iPhone and Android USB-C devices. And I'm saying it again, this is going to be the best thing on the market when it releases on the 20th of November, which is today, because this is the only day I've been allowed to post this video. NDA'd up. Let's start comparing this. So this is a successor to the Gamesir X2 Pro, in my opinion, which I've said it on my channel before when I reviewed it, is my favorite controller for Android devices so far. This is now also going to be compatible with your iPhones because they've finally caught up with the USB-C ports. This controller was awesome. I have played quite a lot of remote play on this, to be honest. I spent my fair share of time playing PlayStation and Xbox on this. Comfortable, lovely grips on the back here as well. Nice texturized grips there. You've got your M2 and M1 buttons there, which are your 2 macro programmable buttons. This was Xbox certified, so it had the Xbox button on it, which is the guide button, and also the standard Xbox buttons you'd find on the official controller, which I've got here to compare to as well in a minute. This differs slightly in that we had micro switches for ABXY, where this one doesn't have. Loving the old Famicom colors, by the way. Love the grey on purple, or the purple on grey. It's gorgeous. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. It feels like I'm holding an Xbox controller, a refined Xbox controller. The textures are nice. It's got nice texturized back, so that's gonna, if you're getting sweaty playing your mobile games, that's gonna keep you gripping this thing. The analog sticks, I'm coming. The triggers, I'm coming to them in a minute because there's some magic going on there. But let's just quickly go back to this. So this was the first mobile Gamesir controller in this sort of a format that had analog triggers, and I loved that about it. The X2 Pro, I think this one had Hall effect sticks. I can't even remember. I've reviewed so many now. I've always loved the USB-C ports on the Gamesir devices because, as you can see there, they've got this flexible design here, which allows devices to slip in and out a little bit more easily. And if you're wondering if it makes that much of a difference, yes, it does. Take my advice; it makes a difference. All right, it does. I'm not just saying it; it does. Micro switches all around on this one, bumpers, analog sticks, obviously not, but these weren't Hall effects, analog sticks, analog triggers, nice size analog sticks, comfortable device to hold and play for a long period. Enough about that. What they've gone to now is they've gone for this sort of a market where now we're comparing this device to something like the Moga XP7X Plus, which I have here, or this one slightly larger, the Nakon MGX Pro. Both great controllers, but these are both Bluetooth controllers. Again, both Xbox certified in this case here. What you're looking at here is a Bluetooth equivalent to this, slightly larger. Quality-wise, honestly, this seems to be a lot nicer than these. That's my initial impressions. I've not played it yet. I might start messing around with it and say I don't like it. Let's just look around the bottom of the device. Again, the USB-C port for pass-through charging, and then the headphone jack. Nice thick base there. That's not going to be flimsy at all. That's definitely not flimsy. That's nice and thick. It's got a lovely resistance on the spring load there, so that's going to be holding the devices really firm. And I like what they've done there because for the first time, they've got a transparent cover, and you can actually see the tension springs there through that transparent casing. Nice little touch there. Thank you, Gamesir. Rubberized grips all around that grip your devices in a very nice way. And my experience with the X2 Pro has been my devices always stayed firmly in place there. They've always had a fully texturized back, like most of these do, that offer grip and keep your device in place and comfortable while playing. I've got my phone here. I've got some Game Pass ready with Forza 5 streaming. So that might save us a bit of time when we start testing. I'm just going to put these away for a second and I'm going to start focusing on this device. So the Gamesir button there, that feels like it might be a micro switch there. You've got some conductive buttons here, micro switches. These feel like these are very clicky. I think they're micro switches. They're very satisfying bumpers, by the way. Very satisfying. There's not a lot of effort to press them, but they're not too soft that you're going to press them by accident. Honestly, these are perfect. This is like a good quality pro Xbox controller. Like, yeah, I like it. Analog sticks. So the triggers now. What's going on here? These are amazing. Look at the shape of them. Let's compare them to the Xbox controller. Look at that profile of the analog sticks and bumpers. They're almost identical. Can you see that? Look at the movement. Look at the travel there and look at the travel there. That is spot on. They feel awesome. They feel exactly as satisfying as the Xbox controller buttons do. They've really got these triggers perfected. Hall effect triggers at that. Now look at this. I'm going to put this in my microphone. Xbox controller, Gamesir. Xbox controller, Gamesir. It's very similar in terms of clickiness, the actual pressure required. These are awesome anyway. Probably still one of my favorite gamepads. But they've got these right. The size of them is perfect. They're coming over to the side edges just enough as well. Would I have preferred it a tiny bit more? Yeah, I would have. I would have liked it to hang over a little bit more like these ones do. Is it a problem for a mobile controller? No, because what I like to do, and I've said it in many videos before, I like my fingers in the triggers, but I like to be able to hit the bumpers without taking my fingers off the triggers, and I can do that. That's all I need. That's comfortable enough. Full-size analog sticks, full-size buttons, nicely spaced out, nice responsiveness, good size. They're not too big, they're not too small. When I say not too big, I mean look at the size of them buttons. Why are they so big? And they're too close together. Not one of my favorite controllers. And I did not like the D-pad on this Snack-on. Look at it, it's awful D-pad. This thing here, yes, it's lovely. It's not the same D-pad as the one on the MGX Pro. I would say it's slightly improved. It's got a lovely deep dish design, convex. The thumb is resting on there very comfortably indeed, and it's rocking around all directions. It feels crisp, absolutely crisp. We've got the rings here that I don't know how these are going to come off. I think I should be able to pull these off somehow to change. I will try and do it. Again, I've got some time to record this video. I've got a few days before I release this anyway. I've had it sitting on my desk for about a week and I've finally got around to recording. I think we need to get some gaming going on here because this is just exciting. I'm going to be trying it on the Fold 4. Now, as you know, the Fold, just because of the USB-C port location, generally sits offset in these devices. Not really a problem here. Look at that. As soon as I plugged it in, the Gamesir logo is lit up in green. This M button, which I believe is a macro button, has also got a little green light on it. So we've got two lights on there, showing me that the controller is alive. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have to start my Game Pass session again or not because I've disconnected and reconnected my controller. So because this was in the X2 Pro. No, it seems to be working absolutely fine. So I'm going to just go into some sort of racing mode here and hold it at an angle where I hope you can see it. You can definitely see it better than I can. And that crease is hopefully not going to be too distracting while I'm recording this video. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit just for excitement. You might not be able to hear it because the microphones are no doubt going to cut it out, but I hopefully will be able to hear a bit of audio as well. And we're just going to talk about the gaming experience while I'm playing this. Honestly, this is hands down the best controller I've wrapped my hand around with my Fold 4, and that looks awesome. I'm getting a bit of a PlayStation Portal vibe here, and I am going to be doing a video to compare this to the PlayStation Portal, because it would be the right thing to do. I did say if you're watching my PlayStation Portal video, tune in on the 20th because I'm going to be reviewing a new controller, and this is what I was talking about. I couldn't say what it was, but you can see it here now. Right, so we're going to go out, Forza 5. Right, let's go back. I don't know what it was asking me there. Right, let's just test out. So what's going on? The analog sticks are buttery smooth, absolutely buttery smooth. Look at that, so nice. I'm trying to drive slow just by pressing the analog sticks in, not all the way, and then I'm going to hope to get some speed. Now obviously the experience here is going to be based on my the quality of the wireless connection and how busy the servers are. I'm not streaming this from my Xbox. I'm just playing something from Game Pass. I wanted this to be quick. I didn't want to faff around getting logged in, etc. This thing is solid. It's rock solid. It's stable. Look how it's holding the phone. There's no movement in this thing. It just feels like my phone is attached to the controller. Honestly, this is probably the closest you're going to get to having your phone in a controller and get a PlayStation Portal type of experience. I might even just quickly try some PlayStation Remote Play just to see how it is, because yeah, this is awesome. Actually, I'll save the PlayStation Remote Play video for comparison video to the PlayStation Portal, because again, that has to be done. But look, you can see what's going on here, right? It's responsive. I'm not feeling any lag. I'm playing online. I'm not feeling any lag. The controller, the analog sticks are just smooth. You can feel the quality of the Hall effect sticks there. Absolutely sensitive and smooth, responsive. Nice size placement for the analog sticks and the buttons. Is this one a bit too far down? I don't know really. I'm just paying attention to the controller more than anything else. Wasn't even concentrating on where I was driving there because I started looking at the placement of the analog stick. So no, this is nice. If it was a tiny bit, see, the thing is let's just talk about this for a second here. It's important. You're not here just to watch me play games. You're here to learn about the controller. If you look at the Xbox controller, and if you look at this Moga, so the NAC on here, what you're getting is you're getting a bit more of a natural feel for your right thumb placement because it's at an angle. But then they've had to make that controller a lot wider to achieve that sort of comfort there. Let's look at this NAC, the Moga. Sorry, I really do get confused with these. The Moga, slightly different, slightly better. The grip design, the grip is different, so your hand is in a different position altogether anyway, right? But there's a lot of movement there between the button and the analog sticks. Now, is it the end of the world? No, bit of mobile gaming, but there is a bit of movement going on there that in this direction is, I don't know. Here, it's a little bit lower than it could have been. Yeah, maybe it could have been a tiny bit higher. I don't know if they would have got it in, because then you're thinking about where there's all the stuff inside here, the circuitry that's got to fit in. Too close to the edge. Could they have made the controller a tiny bit wider? Yeah, they could have, because with controllers like this, you're generally playing them at home. You're not taking them out and about, I'll be honest. You're really not. Or I certainly am not, because they're too big to carry around. Now, if you get a nice carry case for this, and I'm sure Gamesir will release one, then it might not be a bad thing, right? It might work out. But there you go. Know what I'm doing here. I'm messing around with the game. Um, let's just right. So you can see where I'm going, right? The analog stick, just something to think about. If you're using it a lot in the game, which I don't know, you may not be. It may be that your right thumb is bending a little bit too much to stay on that for a prolonged period. So Gamesir, if you're watching this review, something to think about for the next one. Can we make this a little bit more comfortable? What would be a great idea is you could do what they've done with the Steam Deck. Move the controls up a little bit more. Gives you a bit more space to play around, because the Steam Deck, with the controls right on the edge, looked funny at first, but when you play it, that's comfortable to hold. Helps with the weighting as well a little bit, I think. So uh, there you go. That is the only thing I've noticed so far that maybe something to consider is the placement of this right analog stick. It's a little bit too far down. Not a deal breaker though, because overall you're getting an awesome gaming experience. And so you can see your thumb doesn't have to be like that. It can rest on there with the middle part of your thumb, and you're back to gaming, and it's comfortable. It really is comfortable. I should probably learn to drive a bit better in Forza. I'm not concentrating on the game. I'm concentrating on talking about and looking around the controller. The buttons here, pressing the buttons here, absolutely fine as well. Changing my view with them, as you can see. While I'm on the trigger, I'm pressing that absolutely fine. It's not doing anything anyway. Now the clickiness, let's talk about L3 and R3 here for a second, yeah? L3 and R3 feel perfect. Absolutely perfect. The resistance to click these is amazing. I'm comparing this to the Xbox controller. There's nothing in it. There really is absolutely nothing in it. Now, another thing that's important about the analog sticks when you're clicking them is the angle that you're clicking them at. Now, if you can click an analog stick at an angle with minimum resistance, for me, that's really well thought out. And this is perfect. So from all angles, I'm not having a problem clicking them. You can see that. You can hear, you may or may not be able to hear the horn, right? But that is working absolutely fine. So great stuff there. I'm going to press the Gamesir button. That acts as the guide button, as you can see. And then the only other thing that's probably worth messing around with is the D-pad, because this thing feels sweet. So I think I need to exit this game actually. I don't know if my Xbox remote play is going to work. If it does, I'll play with some Street Fighter. If it doesn't, no problem. Let's just see if it's going to work. Let's quickly go into my Xbox app, my console. I don't know if it's on or if it's on standby. And then what we'll do is we'll take a look at the sticks and see how we can change these sticks over. I don't know what the process is going to be. I don't want to break the controller because it's awesome, but I do want to see how these sticks can go in. And it may be that if this small stick is on the right hand side, is it going to make a difference? It might do, you know. Well, mind you, you're traveling even further to access that stick. I like this. Well, that's not working. Look at this one. So this stick here is exactly like these ones, but it's a bit taller. So you've got a taller stick there. Now, if you put the tall stick on this side, you might have a problem reaching over the buttons. Tall stick on that side, maybe you'd get a bit more travel out of it, I suppose. So let's see what's going on here. The macro buttons. Right, okay. So I'm messing around with the macro buttons at the moment. I don't think I've managed to do anything productive with it, by the way. So I can jump back into Street Fighter and I'm going to launch it on my console. The problem is my remote play is not working for whatever reason. So it was working earlier on. Well, say earlier on. Actually, it was earlier on. So don't know why it's not working now. Let's just try once more. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not a problem. If it works, great. it'll be nice to play a bit of Street Fighter on that pad, because that pad looks oh, it's working. It's working. We're in. Right. Street Fighter, here we come. Now, because when I was messing around earlier, that macro button is now I don't know why, because I was holding that macro button, it's doing something weird. Can you see? Every time I press it, that button is lighting up red now. I don't know why. I wonder if it means I can pair a button or something. I don't know. Ah, turbo. So we're in turbo mode. When I hold the A button, it's just constantly pressing it, so it's turboing it up clearly. And God knows what I've done there, because I was messing around with it and I've probably done something I shouldn't have, right? Let's go into notices. Let's exit notices. I'm going to hold that mode button again to see if I can turn off turbo. I'll have to read the instructions to figure out what's going on here. And I might have to do another video just to mess around. Right, I think I've turned off the turbo mode at least, which is good. So right, we're going to go in. We're actually going to play this thing rather than me messing around with the controller. Because I play Street Fighter with a D-pad, it gives me a perfect chance to test out and comment on the D-pad. That's what I want to do. I'll eventually start again. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Because I'm too busy messing around with the macro and all this and that, losing track of what I'm supposed to be doing, which is testing out the D-pad. Yeah, let's go into an arcade mode. Where's Ken? Right. What I'll do at the end, I'm just going to stick, I don't know, I've got my Note 10 plus 5G here somewhere. Ancient phone now, ancient technology, but I use it just to play games. I'm going to stick that in here so you can see what it looks like with a normal phone as well. But this, so far, is the most comfortable controller I've used with a Fold 4, because it always hangs out at the bottom. Some of the other ones, from a weighting perspective, end up being a bit uncomfortable. This thing ain't. Now, unfortunately, these Bluetooth ones here, I'm exiting through so it starts. These Bluetooth ones, right, they've got these funny legs at the bottom. So where you would hope that you could kind of center the phone and get a good gaming experience, you can't, because this thing here keeps the phone sitting high. And you think high might be better, but it's not all the time. First round, Ken versus Ryu. I can show off my not so good street fighting skills here now. I don't know if my button layout is going to be correct or not either. I was messing around with this the other day with another controller. Right, it's messed up my controls a little bit. Oh, this is, oh yes. What can I say? If you're looking for a controller for your iPhone 15 or 14 or wherever it is now, or your Android device, look no further. At the moment, and I've got some other controllers coming. I have got some other controllers coming, so keep watching the channel. I'm generally getting the controllers on or before release day. So if you want a very early review or preview, if I'm allowed to do a preview, I would, on the controllers before you make up your mind on what you're buying. Keep watching the channel. Loads of controllers are going to keep coming. You're going to see them all here first. And I try to do as detailed reviews as I can on them. If I miss something, let me know. You know, I can always record another video and answer questions at the same time. But getting back to this thing here, honestly, it's incredible. I've said it a million times in this video, because since I've got this in my hands, I cannot explain how amazing this thing feels. It's literally just feeling solid. I think my phone just got into a night mode, so the colors have just changed a bit funny. Oh gosh, oh, it's lovely. It really is. Look at that. How comfortable. How comfortable. Feels like you're just playing on a portable Xbox. It really does. Take that. Yeah, look at that. See? You can see that. It's not because I'm good, it's because the controller's good. That's happening because the controller's good. Yeah? So, if you're looking for a solid controller, solid mobile game experience, might be able to get a nice case for this and make it, you know, something that you can stick in your bag without it taking up all of your bag room, then I think we're in for a winner. We really are. Gamesir G8 Galileo is now my favorite controller. X2 Pro had a good run. For me, this was the king over the Kishi V2 and all of them. Over the Backbone, this was the king for me. I absolutely loved this controller. Still do. Awesome controller. But move aside, G2, I say X2 Pro, there is a new daddy in the house, and it is the G8 Galileo. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you... Actually, hang on. I'm not ending. Am I? No, I'm not. We're going to figure out how to chain these sticks before I say goodbye. Or we're going to try. We're going to see if we can do it without breaking anything. Oh, wow. Right, so check this out. This whole thing removes itself. And then there's the Hall effect stick there. You can see it there. There it is. Right. And then you can very comfortably replace the sticks. You're not just changing the caps, you're changing the whole thing. How awesome is that? Let's get the little one in. Let's see how that feels. I don't know if the little one would be better in there or what, to be honest. Let's do the same thing on this side. Let's see if it's the same. Yeah, it comes off very easily as well, by the way. It slides. It's held on by magnets. Look at that. They've got magnets in there, little neodymium magnets to hold this in place. No wonder it came on so smooth. There was no clipping going on, no clips to worry about, breaking clips. And it's so solid when it's on there, it wasn't even wobbling. So I didn't even know it was held on by magnets. But that's how cool it is. So you've got a nice selection of analog sticks here, so you can chip and change and customize to your liking. They both work on both sides, so there's no problem there. I've put the smaller one in, quite like that. Smaller than a Switch, I think that is, but there we go. Where's the tall one? Little bit taller, not much taller as you can see, so just adding a little bit of height to it there. I'm going to put that on the right hand side just to see if it really does affect the buttons or if it makes the reach of that stick a little bit easier. It might actually just improve it a little bit. Right, I've got that stick in now. As you can see, they're going nice and easy. I'm going to stick this, I'm going to stick to the big one here because that's just a nice size stick. Right, there we go. Both sticks are in. Again, they just pop in and out. Ooh, smashed my phone there very easily. Yeah, they do. In and out very easily. There it is. I wonder if they'll make changeable faceplates. They can. Gamesir, if you're watching my review here, remember, you can now have... continue. You can have changeable faceplates. They've got lovely, lovely separate inner rings here, which also look like they're going to be very durable, so you're not going to be getting much wear on the inside of the controller there. These are separate too. Again, the control sashi. I like this because if anything ever goes wrong here, you can just, if they offer replacements, you can get replacements of these. Right. Got the larger stick on this side. Slightly better because, yeah, it is actually quite nice, to be honest, that it's raised. Okay, that's interesting. A larger stick on the right hand side makes a slight difference to the accessibility of that stick. It's not getting in the way when you're pressing the buttons anyway. I like that. It's a nice configuration. Might have to keep it like that. Again, getting the phone in and out nice and easy because of that flexible USB-C port. Exactly the same as the previous Gamesir devices, the X2 and X2 Pro. And now I'm back in, I'm gaming again. So now let's get gaming again. Sorry, I've started gaming again before. I'm supposed to be saying bye, but instead of saying bye, I'm just gaming because I'm enjoying it so much. So let's have one more go. Oh, well, as I'm moving up the levels, I'm not doing so good, am I? Let's see if we can better ourselves a bit. Oh, bit of lag there. Nothing to do with the controller, that's my wireless connection probably. So how's that? Right. Now I'm going to say bye because it's just too good. It's too good. I'll be here all night. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you've got any questions at all about this brand new controller, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I should be getting a promotional code for this as well from Gamesir. As soon as we've got the promotional code, I will update my description so you can go ahead and bag yourself a little discount. This is going to be launched on the 20th of November. Retail price in America is going to be $79.99, and in the UK, I believe, $79.99 Great British pounds. Bag yourself an excellent controller. It's awesome. There's nothing more to say about it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Bottom right hand corner, hit subscribe because there's going to be more awesome videos and more awesome products coming out in the near future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.